Welcome back to our Coach's Corner feature the week before Christmas and our Coach's Corner feature the week of Christmas. A reminder that next week we won't have a Coach's Corner feature for you until after the first of the year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. The boys are 3-5, the girls are 3-5. Both of our Ponca City basketball teams met stiff competition in Lawton this past weekend with Lawton Eisenhower's Eagles and the Lawton High School basketball teams as well. Our guest now is Coach Winburn, our girls basketball coach. And Dwight, like the boys, the girls also saw something that Lawton has, and that's a plethora of talent and a lot of great athletes you ran into them this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. We thought with graduation last year that Eisenhower at least might be down some. We knew Lawton would be better because they've got everybody back. But Eisenhower reloaded with some really good athletes, and it was difficult for us to deal with their athleticism.
The scores were pretty close there, weren't they, Coach?
We had our chances in the Eisenhower game. It's a one-point game with 2 minutes left, and we just never could get over the hump, get the lead, or they would have had to do what we had to do, and that was foul, put them on the foul line, and they hit their foul shots.
You talk a lot about this team plays good defense, but somehow, some way, 8 games into the season, you're still looking for that scoring punch that you need to be a winning basketball team.
Exactly. That's the thing that's holding us back. Defensively, we're sound. We're solid in the post area. We're solid in the guard area as far as defense, but we just can't put any points on the board right now.
We talked about 8 games into the season, and the boys and the girls, I think, kind of mirror each other in the fact that you look at McGinnis and Northeast, 2 teams which I think certainly are serious contenders for state championships. The Lawton teams, which I'm not sure they're there yet, but they're really good. You've played not easy competition so far. The level of competition is one of the reasons why we're 3-5 right now.
It is, and you have to expect that in any season, that your competition is going to be very difficult. And it is. That's what we're faced with after Christmas. We go to Ada at the ECU tournament, and we open up with #1 Shawnee in Class 5A. And it just doesn't get any better. I mean, the next day, then we're going to play the winner-loser of Duncan, who's got 7 seniors and probably the best Duncan team that they've had in years, or Stillwater, which is still a very competitive, good basketball team.
Well, isn't it kind of the scenario, nobody's going to come down. We've got to raise our level of play. If we don't get better and raise our level, then it's going to be a long season.
It is, and I don't look for the schedule to change as far as the competition being tough, because it is. And so we've got to rise up. We've got to get better. We've got to get to where we can score points and put the basket in the hole. And you can play great defense, but you still got to be able to score. And we just can't right now.
You were talking about turnovers too, and this is another point where those first couple of weeks, your girls were making 30 turnovers a game, and they cut it, and they've about got it, Coach, to where Dwight Winburn can live with it right now, 10, 12 turnovers per game.
Well, exciting point of the Lawton game, even though we lost, is we had 8 turnovers. So we've got it down to where it's a workable, it's a manageable type situation, but still we just can't get our offense untracked.
Now you got something that is, I know for a coach this time of year, and that's a luxury. You practice very, very little. You play a lot of games, but now you've got them for about 2.5 weeks. You can get in that gym. What will the Lady Cats of Ponca City, or what are you going to try to accomplish over the next couple of weeks?
Well, today we're going to start on some offensive structure that we're going to tweak, make a little bit of change, and hopefully that will open up our scoring ability. And spend a lot of time with that during the break. We're going to take a few days off for Christmas, but then we're going to get right back in the gym and really work on the things that we're not doing very well right now.
People, it's funny because it looks like because we can't score, we don't ever practice shooting. And I would imagine that's the one thing you practice more of than anything else is shooting the basketball.
We do. We put a lot of time in, and a big part of our practice is concentrating on the shooting portion of it. But again, I attribute that to the fact that we've got some young kids that haven't been in this role. It's more difficult than what they've realized. That's the biggest thing I see now. As we talked after the game Saturday with Lawton. I said, "Is it what you thought it would be?" And they said, "No, it's more difficult than what we anticipated." At this level of play, kids just don't realize what all is involved in order to be that starter on the court and to accomplish the role that you have. And so many of them are thrown into a position that they just wasn't aware it was going to be that difficult and that hard.
You've got a lot of role players, Coach. Is it safe to say, though, that maybe that one player that could take charge of this team, maybe you're still waiting for somebody to assert themselves as a leader on your team?
That's correct. You know, we got Kendall and back in the post area, and then Katie in the guard, and I think those two guys are really contributing, you know, a lot to what we're trying to do. But you've got three other positions, and somebody's got to step up and fill that role. You've got Natasha Burley, who is tremendous in the rebounding. I don't know how many she had. The one day, Saturday, she had 5 rebounds, which was good considering who we were playing. So we're solid in that area. We're solid defensively. I feel like Katie and Kendall are contributing in the post and the guard, but we've got to find that mix now of those other kids that are going to step up.
Well, 3-5. We start the second half of the season with Shawnee on December 5th down at the Ada tournament. You won't be traveling much for the holidays, will you, Coach?
No, I'm staying home. In fact, my family's coming to our house, and so I'm going to be home. I'm going to get to rest a few days.
Yeah. Does Mary cook a lot during the holidays, or how does that work, Coach?
Not really, just Christmas Day. She'll put some time in there, but the rest of the time it's not a whole lot of cooking. We just kind of whatever.
Wish everybody a happy Christmas out there.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
To you too. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy your family, and we'll see you at the second part of the season.
Thanks,
Dwight Winburn, our girls basketball coach. Merry Christmas from all of us at Coach's Corner.